Whether you're looking to keep track of historical events in your world building or plot beats in your story, Campfire's timeline module has you covered. Let's see how it works. To access your timeline, log into Campfire, open a project, and navigate to the sidebar on the left of your screen. Click View Canvas. This is your timeline. Each Campfire project has one, though you can create more using the Pages feature. Pages give you space to create additional versions of your timeline. Each page can be customized independently with their own events, calendar settings, rows, and more. To create a new timeline event, navigate to the sidebar on the left of your screen and click the plus button to the right of Timeline under the Elements tab. You can also create events using the Add Event button in the toolbar. Each timeline event card has a name and date. You can resize their height and width with the drag handle in the lower right and move them around the canvas using the Move handle in the upper right of the card. Click the More button in the upper right for additional options to style and edit or delete the event. To change a date on an event card, click the calendar icon next to the date. That will open a date picker for you to select a new day or date range. The event's position on the canvas is not associated for when it occurs, so you don't have to worry about it snapping off screen when you change the event's year. If you want to see events chronologically, check out the Gantt chart. We'll discuss how to do that later. Open an event to edit it further by clicking the Edit icon on the event you wish to work with, selecting Edit Event from the More menu, or finding it in the Elements list of your sidebar. While you're in a timeline event, the Details tab in the sidebar on the left of your screen becomes accessible. It includes tools to add a brief description of events or a thumbnail image via the Add Image button. Both will appear anywhere this element is referenced, such as in your project dashboard. Whatever you put into the description on the Details tab will also appear on the events card in the main timeline view. That way, you're able to preview what it's about before opening the full event. Events contain all of their content in panels. You can use the ones that appear in your default template or add more with the Add Panels button. Each timeline event also has its own set of pages separate from the timeline module, which you can use to add even more detail. If you'd like to learn more about the different types of panels, check out our panels tutorial. When you're done editing an event, go back by clicking the Close button in the upper right. Relationships between events work very similarly to how they work in the Relationships and Systems modules. If you're already familiar with those, this won't be too different. To create a connection between two event cards, hover over a card, then click and hold one of the 4 nodes that appear. Drag that to another card's nodes and it will create a line connecting them. Right-click any line to change its style or delete it. To change the direction of the arrow or turn it into a straight line, you'll need to use the relationship key. Click Canvas in the toolbar and select Relationship Key to open it. You'll start with just one line color and style, but you can click Manage Colors to edit it and create more. When editing existing colors, click the color swatch to change the color of all lines associated with that value. You can also rename the color to help you identify what it means or toggle between arrows and lines using the Arrows button on the left of each color swatch. To the right of a color in edit mode, you'll notice a move icon so that you can click and drag it to reorder your colors, as well as a delete button to the far right. If you delete a color in the key, no lines will be removed, but they will revert to whatever default color you're using, determined by your project theme. There are a lot of ways to use the timeline module, so we've included several ways to organize events on the canvas. There's no right way to use any of these tools, so give each one a shot and see how you like them. Let's start with dividers. They're extremely flexible ways to visually break up groups of events. To create a divider, click Canvas and select Add Divider. That will create a new divider on your canvas. Click the More button near its label to rename, recolor, adjust its orientation, the label's position, or delete it entirely. Rows give a bit more structure to your timeline, if that's something you're looking for. To create a row, click Canvas and select Add Row. That will create an empty row on your canvas and a folder in your sidebar. Any elements you drag into it will be added to it in the sidebar as well. To rename a row, right-click on the corresponding folder in the Elements tab, or left-click on the More button in the far right of the row in the canvas. The latter option gives you access to other ways to edit the row, such as changing its color, visibility, duplicating, or deleting it. Note that deleting a row will also delete all events within it. Also, on the right side of a row, you can move the row up or down to reorder plot lines in the canvas, or enter focus mode, which expands the row to fill the entire canvas. That's great if you just want to focus on what's in the row. Rows can accumulate a lot of events over time. If you need to scroll through your timeline from left to right quickly, hold Shift and scroll at the same time. Finally, let's discuss the Gantt chart. Gantt charts are great project management tools since they display how events appear over time. You'll find that your timeline events are displayed chronologically here, their length determined by how long each one lasts. If your timeline requires precision timing of events, this chart will be your best friend. To reveal the Gantt chart, open the Gantt chart menu and make it visible. To create a new timeline event while using the Gantt chart, navigate to the sidebar on the left of your screen and click the plus button to the right of timeline, or use the Add Event button just as before. You can also create events by right-clicking the chart. Events appear on both the Gantt chart and the main canvas area, so you won't need to remake any to have them appear on both. Events will appear as rectangular fields on the Gantt chart, positioned chronologically where they take place on your timeline. If you don't see the one you're looking for, scroll left or right toward it when it happens on the timeline. Hold Shift and scroll to do this quickly. Click any event to open and edit it. Sections are a Gantt chart only tool that helps visually divide periods of time. Like the aforementioned dividers on the canvas, sections are extremely flexible and there's no right way to use them. To create a section, add one from the Gantt chart menu or right-click the chart. You can resize sections by using the drag handles on the left and right of it. The More button next to the sections label gives you more options to style and edit or delete it. Also, as you reposition and resize sections, you'll notice that they adjust automatically to avoid overlapping each other. Campfire's Timeline module is a flexible tool for you to use to structure your story's plot, detail complex world building, or anything else. Check out the full written tutorial linked in the description for more information and give it a try for free. Leave us feedback in the comments or join our Discord server. We can't wait to see what you make with the Timeline module. Thanks for watching.